one, but this will be like 5 minutes. So Marko has said it. He said that they will evaluate all the drivers at the end of the year. He's not saying who's going to go and who's going to stay. But here is his message. Marko's clear message to second Red Bull driver. Of course, Verstappen confirmed ahead of the Hungarian Grand Prix that he will drive for us. For whoever ends up being as his number two, whoever drives next to Max must stop trying to beat him. I like it. Instead, he has to bring out the best for himself and the team. It is impossible to beat Max. So he's sending a message: whoever gonna be number two next year, don't try to beat Max. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but it's clear. And he said they must drive for themselves. He said he must bring out the best of himself and the team. Notice what he said, the team. That sounded like team orders. And then he said, it is currently impossible to beat Max. Now, I'll tell you one thing. If I were a driver on a team and you tell me that, I don't care who I am, it could even be the slowest driver in F1, to tell someone it's impossible to beat your teammate, you're basically telling them they're a puppet. What do you think, Mr. Kool-Aid? Yeah.
It tells me that team lacks ambition, because the name of this game is racing. The entire essence of the getting inside a car and risking your life is because you want to get ahead of the 19 other drivers. If you're in a racing competition and your team tells you not to overtake somebody because he's on your team, even though everybody is
don't even try. That means don't even do the steps that lead up to that.
That team for me just lacks ambition. That team lacks ambition.
Well, they have ambition. Their ambition is for Verstappen to be the champion, but what they're doing is they're retarding. You know what they say? Someone said that it's very dangerous to drive in F1 if you don't think you can win, because that means you're holding back. You can't do that in a high speed sport. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. That lack of ambition. I mean, okay, yeah, the constructors is not as high profile as the championship, but that ambition, that's what should be driving the team. And also remember, when you win the constructors, it affects your paddock position. It affects where your paddock is for the next races. Yeah. You need to be motivated. And also, okay, just this season, okay, McLaren are ahead of everybody. But in a season where it's close between two teams and they're battling away, you need both cars to be at their best. And if driver number one is not on it on that day and driver two is, and you say, oh, driver two, don't beat driver one, and then you lose the points, or because he doesn't want to take someone on in case of threatening driver one, you're going to be worse. I'm sorry, you're just going to be slower.
Yeah, And here's another thing. We know, I don't know what, because I know that Newey was a good aerodynamicist, but I don't know what type of culture they were building at this team, in which they did it with Vettel too, because Mark Webber should have been able to beat Vettel, but they just basically said, no, even if you're better than him, you must lose to Vettel. Remember that?
Yeah, what's that phrase? There ain't no such thing as halfway crooks.
Yeah, no, that team is like a mafia team. They have one favorite guy, and then they go all out behind him. I think that was Horner's style of having one person and just going all out. But I think it leads to problems, because when you favor only one driver, then the car starts to become asymmetrical, like it became with.
That's a bit hard, because Perez did quite well under Horner.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. But
Perez started having problems.
Perez is a tough customer. Perez and his dad used to drive 10 hours in Mexico and sleep and ride. And Perez, he didn't have a manager. He called Europe and said, I can bring you money from South America. So what I'm saying is Perez is a hard worker. He's a hustler. So, and also
immigrant worker.
Yeah, and also he's a gentleman, because they said that he used to have, him and his wife used to have dinners with Horner. So he knows how to toast people and everything. Very good person. That's why I think Perez and Bottas will be the best lineup in F1, as far as both of those guys are gentlemen, but they're funny. Bottas is funny, and now that he's become the mustache porn king, and Perez is like a hard worker. And Perez is not afraid to tell you when it's wrong. Perez told them this car is slow, and that was even when he was winning. So, in other words, Perez is an adult. You know what I mean by an adult? He's not like these small children that whine about this.
He's a grown up.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Mr. Johnny? Yeah.
Yeah. We went through quite a few things. I forgot what I was going to say.
But what the guy said, don't even try. He basically said, don't even try to race Verstappen. Don't even think about it.
Yes. So basically, they're looking for a wingman. That's what they're just saying. So that's so the Marko is telling you that, look, if you're going to be number two driver, Yeah, a wingman, that's your qualification. So if you are going to sit down there, just don't try and be ambitious or anything. That's your job.
That means Yuki
That's
should
the job
leave because Yuki
description.
doesn't want to be a wingman. Yuki does not want to be a wingman.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's crazy.
that's
That'll be like me and Kunle going to the bar, and I say, Kunle, I always get to talk to the fine girl.
yes, you get the ugly bitches.
And
That's what Yinka Patago used to do. He'll bring a beautiful girl will bring one ugly thing. And I think the last time it happened, I actually ran out of the restaurant. It was actually quite bad. I haven't done double dating with that boy since.
You guys are loud. That guy's a louse, man. And you have to treat the fat girl good, because if you don't, she'll tell her friend. Because she'll tell her that. The fat girl is the key to the other girl. If the fat girl don't like you, you ain't getting her friend.
That kind of thing.
We're gonna lose some subscriptions to many of our people who watch our show.
Yes. Oh yes, keep it clean, boys and girls.
Oh man, this is crazy shit. All right, last thought, Kunle. We're done for today, man. This is funny. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been an intriguing day of Formula One. We've been looking at some of the drivers and their problems, especially Tsunoda and Piastri and Norris, and their little tips and how they manage to manage their millennial emotions.
Millennials, they're millennials. Yeah, I forgot.
Millennial emotions. And from myself, Mustafa, and Johnny, from Formula One Fanatics, we bid you farewell, adieu, like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, so you guys, nothing else today. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll send you the thumbnail.
Right.
Thank you.
Yo, see you guys.